Good evening, colleagues. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Starting a new week this week. Let's make it a great one. I wanted to let you know that I've been busy reviewing so many of your unit of study outlines, your essential questions, sub-concepts, facts, all those wonderful things, and they're outstanding. Absolutely well beyond what I had expected. I mean, y'all are supposed to be like undergrads, right? Or maybe post-bac. You are doing curriculum director work, and it's amazing. So thank you so much for just turning in such stellar work. I also know that several of you have not had a chance yet to turn in your rap song because you don't have the course pack. So absolutely, you need to have more time when the course pack comes in. Just let me know when it comes in and take a couple of days. We're good to go. Saying that, Module 1 is due this evening. But if any of you need more time, either on the unit of study outline or on the rap song, even though you have your course pack, I'm cool with that. We just want to make sure that we don't get behind because the modules grow on each other and they gradually increase in rigor and complexity. So you are doing, as I mentioned before, probably director of curriculum work in a district, and you need to be able to be at that level when you conceptualize and create curriculum designs, much like you have started already. So again, we're in the building process, and now we are into Module 2. So I am looking at the Canvas screen. I'm looking at Module 2, Design, and the title is Assignment and Rubric. So I purposefully am going to upload this on eMesh so you can have the video perhaps on your phone, and then you can also have Canvas up. So that's what I'm doing. So what we're doing now is we are moving from the unit of study outline. We're moving into taking the next step. And that is conceptualizing what the entirety of 3 kinds of lesson designs will look like in the context of your unit of study outline. So let's begin in the yellow part, right under the little icon of the teacher, right under her feet. It says Step 1, and it's in yellow. So if you would locate that, we're going to start from there. It says below, beginning the section, take a very close look at the 2 unit of study examples. They're located below. So if you'll scroll down, you will come to a point when you will see this long line that's yellow. There are 2 samples of student work there, and they go together. One is another unit of study outline on community, followed by a visual representation of what, if you extract your facts, some of your facts, and your 4 sub-concepts, you will see that visual representation. But let's hold off just a minute. But I wanted you to take a look at those 2 items. So again, Step 1 says, before we do anything, would you please scroll down and focus on number 1, the unit of study outline. And this is not the same unit of study outline on community for Module 1. It's a different one. So if you would look at that particular one, you will see, and I'm going to scroll down too, I'm looking and I'm seeing, wow, I'm seeing some highlighted areas. That's interesting. I'm also seeing that there's yellow, purple, green, and yellow, purple, green. Find my other color, and blue, if you'll scroll down. So I'm wondering myself, wonder why there are 4 highlighted areas. I also see that every one of the 4 sub-concepts do have some kind of a color to it, but not all the facts do. That's interesting. So, I'm wondering what that might be about. So that's my first pondering moment with this first example, okay? So let's go back up to where we were, which we were on. Scroll up here, Step 1. Before beginning this section, look at the 2 unit of study examples below. Focus specifically on the unit of study outline and how the 4 colored differentiation of facts were grouped. We kind of did that. Next, let's focus on the second part, which says and reads, the rectangular visual below the outline. So the outline that I just looked at, I'm going to scroll down even further, and I'm going to look at that. Here I go now. I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Oh, there it is. Wow. It's a rectangle, and it's got, I'm looking at direct lesson number 1 and 2, and then I'm looking at cooperative group and project-based. And I'm noticing something very interesting. I'm noticing that the 4 concepts in that outline appear right under the direct lesson plan number 1, direct lesson plan number 2, cooperative group and project-based. That's very interesting. And then I noticed that the facts taken from each one of the sub-concepts, there are 3 sets of facts. That's very interesting. So I'm going to scroll back up. I just wanted you to take a look at it. I'm scrolling back up. I'm still in step 1. It asks, what do you see going on regarding the highlighting in both in the outline and the accompanying rectangular looking curricular design, that visual, okay? Well, I'm seeing that there are 4 different distinct colors. I am seeing that there's facts from that outline, and I'm seeing that all 4 of the sub-concepts are used, and they're differentiated within the context of the 4 lesson plans: direct lesson 1, 2, project-based, and COOP group. So now we'll come down a little further, and it says, after examining the 2 curricular samples below, complete the following in parts A through C. So in part A, review these 3 lesson plan URLs. Below, if you'll scroll down, you'll see the URLs for the direct lesson and the live link to that, the COOP group, and the project-based learning. I wanted you just to look over those, get a sense of how they're different, because they're vastly different. Get a sense of it. Probably about 95% of all lessons taught in schools, K through 12 and college, would be direct lesson format, not necessarily following that exact format. You'll see that it's lecture driven. You'll also see that the cooperative group, students are in groups. They're doing a lot of work, group driven. Project-based can be in groups and or it can be just by yourself, but there's a particular project that you're responsible for. So kind of just look those over. Now let's look at part B of the A through C. It says, on your unit of study outline, highlight 4 distinct colors, 4 concepts, and 12 facts. So I'm going to refer again back down to that rectangular looking visual representation, and I'm going to think, okay, look at number C, part C now. It says that I am to create a visual representation looking at the example of the rectangular representation, and I'm going to design my own visual representation. And I'm going to have in my representation the direct lesson shown in there. And in my direct lesson, I'm going to first start and I'm going to look at my unit of study outline, and I'm going to pluck out 1 sub-concept. And it will be the sub-concept that I'm going to begin with. And then if my sub-concept is on advocacy, then I'm going to pluck out 3 facts from a URL. So my visual representation will look like the rectangular one. It will just be different. I don't want you to use the rectangular one that was used in the sample. You could use a tree. It could have 4 branches. You could use a house, and in every one of the windows in the house, the 4 windows in the house could be reflective of direct lesson 1, 2, cooperative group, project-based. So you're basically going to do the identical thing that this sample is showing you, both in the outline with the highlighting and in the construction of the visual representation. So let's go down to now step 2. You're going to locate and cite 1 Michigan K through 12 I just got a text from someone, Dr. J, I need a little bit more time to submit my video. No problem. I will text you in a minute. Locate and cite one Michigan K through 5 social studies standard using the URL below. So you see the live URL here? That is from the Michigan Department of Ed. And what you're doing on that is you're going to locate, given your grade level of your unit, a social studies standard. Now, if you'll scroll down, you will see an example of it. I put it in a rectangular form. So this is third grade. I'm looking at a standard that actually came from the same example. And if you will look, the title is Public Discourse, Decision Making, and Civic Participation. And then it goes down, clearly state a problem, blah, blah, blah. But the actual standard is at the bottom where it says the number 1-P3.1.3, identify alternative resolutions to a public issue in a school community. That's your standard. But I want you to have the entirety of the section above it. So yours is going to look just like this, only don't use the standard. So that is our task due a week from today. And I'm also going to be taking any questions tomorrow. Our Zoom meeting, the Zoom meeting is not required. It's just if you'd like to come on, I would love to see you. Miss you guys. Wish we were physically in a classroom where we could engage together. So I'm going to sign off now. And I hope you have a really good evening. And if you're watching this tomorrow, happy Tuesday. Be safe, shelter down. We only have, about 10 days left or something? Yay, maybe a little longer than 10 days. I will see you soon, and take care. Call me, text me, email me, whatever. I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. Thank you. Bye-bye.